matchup, and it is Marist going to be in the white. R6 dropping this one down in front for Kringlers, but he can't find the net. Marist get away with one there.
Yeah, and that's a good opening possession for Marist. Or, excuse me, for Bowling Green. They're able to run into the Marist zone and immediately get a quality shot on net. Something to look for.
Chipped off the sideboards. That shot is on, and Z-Ball making the save. Tones now trying to find a touch. He cannot do so. Kragus looking for the shot on, and it's good! Power behind it and all. Bowling Green strike first.
Yeah, Kragus sends it into the zone, picks up his own rebound off the backboard, and really just puts some oomph into that shot, puts it into the back of the net, and puts Bowling Green up by 1 early.
4:22 remaining here in game number 1, and it is Bowling Green State on the board early. Z-Ball with some room to work with, but he is denied by Kragus. Tones has to backtrack here. The shot is on. Cypher makes the save, and Tones is in an awkward spot in front of the box. Cypher ends up chipping that one for Z-Ball. 2 players up for this one, but Kragus finds the touch towards his own net. Does manage to stop that one from dropping down and water falling towards the goal line, and R6 will be able to get that ball away for the moment. Kragus has to respond to this deep clear, and Z-Ball looking for the center for Cypher. It is denied, and now Bowling Green in transition can't find the touch. Marist defense able to get back in time.
Yeah, and Bowling Green opening up very strong, but Marist with a nice response rate there. They had some time in the Bowling Green zone, really was able to establish an offensive pressure, and they're right back into it now. So really nice back and forth game 1.
Tones dropping that one down mid. Z-Ball couldn't quite bite on it, knowing the defender was there. Kragus will find the touch to get that ball out. R6 trying to chip that one over top, but he is denied. And it will be played forward here by the Red Foxes. Tones does find the stop on one, but it goes all the way out wide. And Marist really trying to up the pace there. The passing play, the shot is denied by Kragus. The Bowling Green defense holds.
Yeah, really, really liking what I'm seeing from Marist right now. They have a very strong offensive pressure system working for them right now, but right as I say that, R6 on a great feed from Kringlers is able to put that into the back of the net. Fools Z-Ball. Looks like he's going one way, ends up going into the other, drops it into the bottom right corner of the net, puts Bowling Green up by 2.
Even the touch there from Kringlers to get that play going, get that ball off the wall and around to set up R6 was very, very good. And now there's a chance. R6, the rebound off the post, and Bowling Green State nearly had a third on the board here as we approach the halfway mark of this game.
Yeah, really strong from them. And just as we say it, there is their 3-goal lead. R6 with a nice shot. Another goal for him as he's able to get his own chip. Goes past the first defender. Second defender, Tones, almost gets to it, but just behind him. Puts Bowling Green up by 3.
Tones was the player to watch throughout the MAC tournament run last year. Unable to get to that ball. Can't find a touch on that centered one either, and Cypher will kick that one to the boards. R6 up, but Z-Ball beats him to it. Cypher now sends one on. Kragus by the nose of his car, able to make that save. And Kringlers with a booming clear. Z-Ball has to punch this one to the sideboards and try and buy the Red Foxes some time. Pass across for R6, can't quite find the touch. Now Cypher looking for a clear. Doesn't have it as Kringlers is there. Z-Ball stopping that central attempt, and Kragus now. Once again, Z-Ball there to intercept. Kringlers try to work their way through this corner. Has the touch over top. The rebound denied by Z-Ball. And Marist defense once again holding on by a thread here.
Yeah, and it's been all Bowling Green for the past minute and a half at least. Marist had some good offensive pressure to start out this game, but Bowling Green has really fired back in a monster way, tacking 3 goals on the board and really hemming Marist into their own defensive zone.
Z-Ball to stop that attempt, but Kringlers with a little bit of space gets by Cypher, looking for the flick, but the save is made by Tones. Cypher also finding a touch, looking for a clear here as Tones kind of drops that one off mid. Kringlers with the shot over one, but Z-Ball is there. Kragus now steals the corner boost. Kringlers keeping the pressure on. Tones retreating, finds a touch. Cypher's got to make a stop on the goal line, and he drops it down for Z-Ball, who gets a much-needed clear. Under one, but Cypher is there to keep the ball in Bowling Green's half. Kragus with a little bit of room to work with. Chips it over top, but Z-Ball is there. Now down, looking for a teammate, but Kringlers is the only one there to respond. Cypher stops one attempt. Tones trying to keep the ball in once more. From the wall, down to the corner. Marist trying to find a way onto the board here. There's a shot denied by Kragus, and Cypher has to backtrack.
Yeah, and that's a great clear from Kragus right there. Marist was really laying down the pressure. They needed that clear, and Kragus was able to deliver right when they needed it.
Booming clear in transition. The shot from Tones is wide. Had the defense caught out, and that's the Tones classic, but he could not find the goal there. The redirect down from Kringlers, or Kragus, I should say. Could not find the touch. It is denied, but the time is running out. Z-Ball gets bumped off this ball. Kragus will send this one down. Cypher is there to stop it, but time has expired, and it will be Bowling Green State taking game number 1.
Yeah, and that was a really deceptive scoreline right there, because that was really a back and forth game for most of that. Really some opportunistic chances for Bowling Green, got them 3 goals on the board, but really a nice game, really competitive game. Both teams played strong. Marist was just unable to crack the scoreboard.
15 shots for the side of Bowling Green to Marist's 4, but the scoreline, like you said, held to only 3 goals against for Marist is a decent try, but Marist has got to find a way to generate more opportunities.
Definitely. Their defense was strong. Their offense was great in transition, but they weren't able to sustain pressure long enough to get those grade A chances. Definitely looking for them to stay in the Bowling Green end just a little bit longer, get a little bit more crisp passes, get some more shots on net. I really liked what I saw towards the end of that game, where Tones was able to get that quick shot in transition off the clearance. Very good play. Looking to see them rely on that.
Game number 2 underway. Cypher to send this one down in. Bowling Green now looking for a play in transition. Tones can't find the touch off the backboard. Could be dangerous. Kragus' shot towards the back post. And the save is made. Kind of an awkward play by Cypher, but it is enough to get the job done. Kragus does find a touch here. And Tones, last man back. Trying to buy some time. Kragus camping out on that mid boost, but does not manage to gather it up. Does still manage to get the ball in, though. And Kringlers now looking for a shot. Cypher denying that opportunity once again. And feels like Bowling Green's offense picking right back up where it left off last game.
Absolutely, they are. They rode that momentum from game 1 directly into game 2. They've started this game with most of the offensive pressure, and they're very effective in that offensive zone.
R6's long ball is denied. The rebound save made by Tones. Wasn't quite sure if he was going to be ready in time. Now Z-Ball picked up some boost and sends this one down. Tones looking for the angle. R6 makes the stop, and Kringlers denied by Cypher. Tried to chip it up to his teammate, but he is not able to find the touch there. So Kringlers will have the clear. No boost to follow up. 2 players whip in the air, make it a third, and Tones, the last man back, has to find a touch. Kragus on the center. R6 is there, and Kragus will score. Defender tried to stop the pass, and he put it in.
Yeah, interesting right there. Just a slow, deceptive shot from Kragus. More of a pass. R6 actually bumped Cypher into that ball, and because of that, the third man back wasn't able to get down to it, and that puts Bowling Green up by 1.
When you bump your own player, or bump the opponent's player into the ball like that, it really shifts the angle that you think that shot is coming from too. So well done by R6 to put that one in the back of the net. Kragus does get the credit for it though, and with just over about 3 1/4 now remaining here in game number 2, it is Bowling Green with the lead, and that, as we've seen in the past, can be dangerous. But Z-Ball on the double tap can't beat Kringler's big save.
Yeah, that's a huge save, but also Marist picking up and getting some offensive pressure is key. They can't sit back and be upset about what's happening in this game. I've said this 1,000 times. Rocket League is it's just as much a mental game as it is a tactical game. So really, it's really difficult sometimes to not get down on yourself and not get upset, but that's exactly what Marist needs to do. And just as I say that, Tones, a great clear turns into a goal as the defender for Bowling Green can't get to the ball.
Tones with the redirect over R6, and Kringlers thought he might get there in time, but not enough. Ends up putting it into the top corner. So Marist on the board for the first time this series.
Yeah, definitely good for them. Definitely looking to see them ride that momentum, keep that offensive pressure, sustain that offensive pressure, and get some more shots on net.
Just over the halfway mark remaining. This one will be dumped into the Red Foxes' defensive zone. Kringlers is there to respond. Gets kind of an awkward touch in front. Will be centered now. 2 players on this backboard. Z-Ball looking to make a play from the ceiling. It goes up for Kringlers, but Tones is there to respond. Z-Ball turning. Z-Ball with a little bit of room to work with. Late flick on net, but Kragus denies that opportunity. Cypher recentering. R6 able to stop that attempt. Tones now. Can't find the touch. Kragus beats him to it. Z-Ball dropping that one down. Has a little bit of space to work with once again. Flicks it over top of one, but Kringlers is there to respond. Tones on the back line once again having to make a big stop. He will chip this one up for himself. R6 loses the challenge. Kragus down in front. The shot is denied. Kragus, the backside of his car, denying that ball from the goal line.
Kragus is playing some fantastic goaltending right now. He is just putting on a clinic in the defensive end, and he has kept Marist off the board twice.
Huge denials there. And now Kringlers trying to find the recenter. Z-Ball makes the save. R6 off the post. Bowling Green can't find the the unequalizer. Kragus now looking for another flip. Z-Ball from the backboard makes the stop. Kringlers sends one on. Cypher diving to make that save from back in his own net. Now Kragus through the corner. Finds a touch to get it away from Cypher, but Tones is there to respond. Just over a minute remaining, and Bowling Green putting the pressure on again and again. Z-Ball from the backboard. Kragus to keep it in. R6 chips it back across. No one there. Cypher to kick this one up. Along the wall, 2 players there for Bowling Green, but it is Z-Ball down in front. Tones with a much-needed clear.
Yeah, definitely a needed clear, but just as you say that, Kringlers hems it in, and now another clear. Just really, really back and forth Rocket League being played right now. Both of these teams playing to their strengths and doing it well.
Kringlers with a little bit of room sends this one downfield. Z-Ball there, big demo on to Tones, and the shot is on! The shot is good! It's Kragus from downtown, and Bowling Green have the lead.
Oh man, that demo comes right out and is an effective play because Tones is unable to respawn and get to that ball in time. Other Marist defenders weren't back after that demolition. That's a really smart play by Bowling Green in the last 27 seconds of this game.
Marist trying to find an equalizer here with possession. Chip shot. Kringlers is there. Z-Ball trying to win the challenge. Does beat R6 to it. Finds a touch on the ceiling. Awkward play from the defender. Kragus on the back line once again. And Kringlers in transition. Z-Ball back in. Looking for Cypher. Can't find the touch. Z-Ball now off the wall. Looking for Tones. Time expiring. Off the backboard. It's in. Tones gonna get the credit. We're headed to overtime.
Oh man, Marist with a great response right there. Time runs out, but there's no quit in their game. And an unfortunate touch right there by Kragus puts the ball into the back of the net, and we are headed to overtime.
R6 was the one who put the ball in, and there's an early chance there for Kragus. He is denied, and Bowling Green, you got to feel like now you're you had the momentum in that game. You were up a goal with 30 seconds remaining. It would be tragic for them to drop this game, but they've given the defending MAC champions a chance, and sometimes that's all they need.
Yeah, definitely. Momentum is such a hard thing to capture and such an easy thing to lose. And right there, that's a wind out of the sails goal for Marist, and now Bowling Green's really got to just focus on getting that ball into the offensive zone and trying to capture that momentum again.
Bowling Green kind of panicking here in awkward spots, no boost, just trying to keep that ball away. Over top of one, Tones trying to redirect it, hits the crossbar. Cypher can't find the touch either. Z-Ball last man back, looking for the flick up top, low boost for Z-Ball. Awkwardly played off the crossbar, but the save is made. Now Tones can't beat Kringlers. Quickly up to this one, but Z-Ball is there to respond. R6, bump from Kringlers, down in front, they score! It's Kringlers in front of the net, getting the job done.
Oh, that's just a fantastic play. R6 gets it down. Tones makes the initial save, but Kringler is able to get that second touch and put it into the back of the net. Overtime done. Bowling Green takes the 2-0 lead in the series.
We were talking about the hockey comparisons earlier, and to me, that felt like a scramble in front of the net. Just throw the ball on and let the guy in front who's acting as a screen just go to work, see if he can find the loose puck in front. And there it was, Kringler's finding the touch he needed to get Bowling Green onto match point.
Dirty goal's just as good as a pretty goal. Wins the game for Bowling Green. That's a saying they have in hockey, too. Those dirty, gritty goals are just as good as the pretty ones. A point's a point, up on the board. Bowling Green will take that game.
Shots relatively even in that game, despite what felt like a lot of time of possession for Bowling Green. So Marist get it when they have the ball, they're getting good chances.
Yeah, definitely. And they're very opportunistic with their chances as well. When they get that good shot, they take it. And that's very important for a successful team. Now, what they need to do is take more of those grade A shots. You know, they were able to tie that game up. They were able to force an overtime, but just unable to get that final piece. They made the necessary adjustments from game 1 to game 2. Now looking to see that final adjustment from game 2 to game 3 to push them over the threshold and get them that much needed win.
And interestingly enough, from Bowling Green, those last two goals came courtesy of kind of physicality, the bumps and demos on the goal line, which is not something we've seen from this offense this season.
No, but sometimes a change of pace is exactly what you need. That gritty style of play can really change the face of a game. And right there, another bump. R6 forces the ball back to the center of the field, and Kringler is able to read it perfectly and put it into the back of the net and get Bowling Green that early lead 20 seconds into the game.
Like you said, just 20 seconds in, and Bowling Green with a lead. Defending MAC champions looking to try and keep their record clean, but they are in a big hole now. Kragus trying to make some time here as he does find the challenge he needs, and Bowling Green will find a clear. Cypher looking for Z-Ball here in the corner. Does manage to corral this one. Kicks it out wide, but it is Kringler's there. Z-Ball actually forked that ball away from him towards his own net, so Tones will have to make a save on his own teammate. Kragus now sending it up for R6. Denied by Tones, and Kringlers drops this one mid. Cypher to cut him off. Looks for Tones. The shot is there, but Kringlers denying the angle. Z-Ball on the rebound will score. It's a tie game.
Yeah, and that's just determination. That's just a strong offensive possession. Tones gets that first ball saved by Kringlers, but the secondary comes right out to the middle, and Z-Ball is able to put that in and tie the game at 1.
Big opportunity there from Marist, and it feels like a lot of the Red Foxes' offense this game in particular has come from that transition play.
Yeah, and the transition is so very important when you're playing a team that's really playing a fast game like Bowling Green is. They're doing very well to clear the ball from their own zone and then work on getting a shot on immediately. That's something that I mentioned. I don't know if that was after game 1 or game 2, but that's something that I mentioned. Really need to rely on that transition ball, and they're doing it effectively so far here.
2 players commit on that ball. Chance denied there. I believe it was Tones sweeping across and kicking that one back, and Cypher now trying to recenter this one. Tones is there looking for some harassment in front of the goal box, but cannot quite find the touch he needs. Kragus in transition now, denied, and the rebound sent wide as well. Z-Ball through the corner, looking for a clear here as he beats Kringlers. Down in front, Tones over top of R6, has a little bit of boost to work with as well, gets it by him, but Kringlers is there to respond. Now Z-Ball kicks this one back mid. R6 stopping that first play, and Kragus now looking for the clear. Does get a pinch over top, and now looking for a play off the wall. Down into the box. R6 is there, but the shot is denied by Z-Ball. A name we haven't called out all that much on defense, but Cypher in transition gets bumped. Huge physicality play there from Bowling Green.
Yeah, definitely. You noted earlier that they were kind of adopting a more physical play, and it pays off in spades right there because that was a open net chance for Marist, but the physicality, the bump saves the goal.
Cypher now taken to the skies from the sideboards, and he cannot find a clear cleanly on net, so Tones traps this one in the corner, and Kringlers able to pick that ball up for the moment. Now left it for Kragus, but Z-Ball there to answer. Cypher is denied, and so Z-Ball can't quite win the challenge cleanly. Cypher down in front, looking for one, but Kragus is there. Now Tones looking to turn, has an open net. It's R6 to beat, and R6 gets there in time. Cypher trying to keep the pressure on, but Kragus quickly back, and R6 redirects that ball down, and Bowling Green with a chance to score. It's Kragus, 2-1 Bowling Green.
That started all the way in their defensive zone where R6 went from being out of position to making that desperation save. He clears the zone and Kragus is able to get that ball into the back of the net. That's a full field effort. Great effort by R6 and great on Kragus to finish it off and give them the 1-goal lead.
And you have to wonder if Tones was expecting that ball to kick off the wall the way it did. Just dropped down right on the nose of his car, beat out Z-Ball, and he could not get back in time to save that one. So a minute 30 now for Marist to try and find a way back into this one. They did it before, but Bowling Green moving here. Kringler's looking for a bump. They get the clear around that goal. It was Tones to sweep that ball away. Now Kragus keeping the pressure on once more. It's Cypher on the goal line to get that stop. R6 gets bumped, and Tones will get a much-needed clear. Down in front for Tones. Looking for the post, and he's got it. Short side, make it tied at 2.
That's a great play right there. Tones reads it, sends it into the deep end. Kringler gets no power on that, and then he's stuck up on top of the net, unable to drop down in time to make the save, and that ties this game at 2.
Beautiful, beautiful shot placement there from Tones, and they needed him to wake up in this set if they're going to have a chance, but still a lot of work to be done. Going towards their goal, it's Tones to get that one away, but Bowling Green back on the offense here with a minute remaining.
Yeah, definitely, and Bowling Green has really got to be worried right now because Marist is coming into their own at exactly the right time. They're forcing offense, they're getting strong shots on net, quality shots on net, their placement is looking very good, and really, Bowling Green looks like they're back on their heels right now, almost kind of panicky.
Just over 30 seconds remaining. Cypher winning that challenge, but Kragus is first to respond. D-ball, hard backtracking play there, kicks that one to the corner. Has a little bit of room to work with and a little bit of boost as well. Trying to flick it over top of one, does so, gets by a second. It's Kringler's on the back line, but he gets a big booming clear. R6 in transition. Kringler's denied. It's R6 with a chance to shoot, but he is denied by Tones. Cypher kicks this one down off the wall. Kringler's and Kragus here in the corner, but it's Z-Ball there to respond. Kragus on the goal line making a play. Can't find another touch onto it, and time expires. We're headed to overtime once again.
Yeah, these two teams so evenly matched. We've gone to overtime twice this series, and Marist really looking stronger this game than they did in game 2. So Bowling Green needs to work on not getting over excited for this, not getting too concerned. Don't get into your own heads. Marist has had a strong offensive game, but in terms of Bowling Green, they just need to buckle down and make some good defensive plays. Rely on that transition and try and seal this down.
Z-Ball gets bumped off this ball, so Cypher will have to respond. Kragus gets by Cypher. Looking for another play here, but Tones able to stop that attempt. Can't find the pinch off the wall, but Kragus with another big demo, and Z-Ball responding with a booming clear. No one back on the side of Bowling Green. They catch the overextension. We're going to game 4 here. Marist in overtime.
And that's a great clearance right there. Clears the zone. No Bowling Green defenders back due to the overcommission in the offensive zone. And Marist will happily take that game 3 and force a game 4.
I do think it's a little funny that the moment you said right as overtime started, the last thing Bowling Green can afford is an overextension. Just play that transition game that's been working for them. And of course, the booming clear comes out and all 3 players are downfield for Bowling Green.
Yeah, just an unfortunate overcommission of the triple pronged attack bites him in the butt, and unfortunately unable to get back for that. But now looking to see Marist ride that momentum. They made the adjustments, like I said, from game 2 to game 3, forced to game 4. They've only been trending in the right direction. Looking to see if they keep that trend here in game 4.
The interesting part of Marist's offense that I've noticed, at least as this set has gone on, is it feels like the shot placement is really kind of the telltale sign of how good this offense is generating their chances, because they were generating chances in game 1, but now the placement of their shots is just picture perfect.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Their placement has improved from game 1 to game 2 to game 3, and see if the trend continues itself in game 4. As their placements get better, their offense gets better, and they convert on more plays. So really important for them to keep those placements keep the shots in the right zone, get that good placement, and they could continue this hot streak.
Game 4 underway here. And Marist on the offense early. It's important to note as well that it is Bowling Green who has struck first in every single game so far. And it's put Marist on the back foot, forced these comebacks. And Craig is looking for another one along the goal line. It's Z-Ball combining with Tones for that pinch save. And Marist looking to gather a possession, but Kragus forks it away from one off the wall. Now Kringlers in transition. Shot is there, denied by Tones. R6, bouncer is in, under one and over the other. Bowling Green strike first again.
The bounce shot never fails. It always catches the defense off guard. Nobody's ever expecting the bounce shot. If you can get it effectively, if you can place it, 9 times out of 10 you'll catch that defense off guard. Nobody's ever expecting it, and it works in spades there for Bowling Green.
This one dropped down in front of the box, and Z-Ball gets a much-needed clear. Kringler's there to respond, and Cypher, kind of an awkward play through his own corner. Tones denied by Kringlers, and Z-Ball once again there. Now Kragus gets an awkward challenge. Kringlers hard shot on there. Difficult placement, but it is denied by Z-Ball. And now Kragus looking for the backboard once again. Redirected at the last moment. Looked like Kringlers might have had a shot. Now R6 looking to drop this one. Fakes a touch, and Z-Ball there to air dribble this one away, trying to get this ball out of the zone, and they do a much-needed clear for the side of the Red Foxes.
Yeah, definitely, because Bowling Green was really getting into their offensive pressure right there. They were very effective, and as soon as they got it into the Bowling Green zone, Bowling Green immediately with the clearance and gets it right back into the Marist end.
Kringler is able to steal that corner boost, a much-needed resource. Down in front, Cypher is there to deny that opportunity. Now Kringlers looking for the box once more, but Z-Ball is there. Kicks this one high off the wall, down central. Kragus was there to respond. Now Cypher looking for the backboard. It's R6 to stop that play. Trying to fork this one off the corner once more, but cannot do so. Cleared back into the Marist defensive zone with 3 minutes remaining. Z-Ball is denied, and Tones, hard play here, 2 to beat, and he is stopped by R6. Now both rotate back, and Kringlers. Floater on net is denied by Z-Ball. Can he get back to it? Yes, he can, over top of Kragus, but R6 is there. Can't quite recover in time either, so Tones with a chance. One-on-one with Kringlers, over top of one, off the post, the rebound shot is in, it's Cypher to tie the game.
Yeah, that's a really well-played offensive push right there. Tones with the initial shot. R6 gets stuck in an awkward position right in the middle of the zone. He had no momentum going, so he wasn't able to get to that secondary shot in time. Just a really nice read off the post shot for Marist ties this game at 1.
Halfway mark here in game number 4. And Z-Ball trying to find a clear for Marist once again. Cannot do so. It's Kragus. Hard cut angle denied by Cypher. Kringlers looking for R6. The shot is on, but it's Z-Ball diving across. Tones has to clean up the next rebound. Cypher gets this one past R6, and Kringlers retreating, sends this one on. But it's Cypher to keep this one in the zone, and it will be sent back down into Marist defensive half. It's Kragus with the shot that he is denied of, and Kringlers trying to keep the pressure on here. Minimal boost to work with, so Z-Ball will get the clear, and Bowling Green will retreat. And it feels like Marist, as this game has gone on, their defense is starting to catch on to what Bowling Green wants to do. Those quality chances, not quite there, but that one off the post, the rebound, it's R6! Just as I say it, the quality chance finds its way there.
The caster curse strikes again. You're just talking about how well the Marist defense is playing. R6 finds a hole right there in between those two defenders, pops it in the top right corner, and Bowling Green gets their 1-goal lead back with 1:38 left in the game.
I gotta give credit, I believe it was Kragus who won that race in the air across to put that shot on, and the goal line defense of Marist that had kept them in this set was not able to get the job done on that play. So short time remaining here for Marist to try and tie this game up once more. Drop down in front, the waterfall, the rebound is there again, and the Bowling Green goal line defense can't get it together in time.
Wow, interesting. Really interesting play right there. Kringler's mistouch, R6 mistouch, goes down off the crossbar, and Tones reads it perfectly. He's able to just drop it right in. Two missed touches from the Bowling Green goal line defense, and it ties this game at 2.
And you gotta wonder, too, that's the second or third chance for Bowling Green along the goal line that's kind of been misplayed. Go back to that game 3 where Marist was about to be swept, and that own goal has allowed them back into this set. So another opportunity for Marist to extend this set if they can get the win here, but Bowling Green trying to end it. R6, the chip shot is good over top of all three. 50 seconds remain and Bowling Green have the lead.
Kringler's with a great pass off the wall right there. R6 reads it perfectly, drops right into the center of the field. Give him the hat trick. That's 3 goals in the game.
R6 showing up in spades here in game 4. Tones wins the kickoff. Kragus finds a much needed touch, and Cypher has to backtrack. Z-Ball gets by 1. Can't get by R6, and Tones has to retreat. Does find a touch on this one, but Kringlers gets the booming clear. Cypher backflipping. Kringlers the shot under Z-Ball, and it's in! Make it 4-2 for Kringlers.
30 seconds left. That's a much needed insurance goal right there for Bowling Green. Kringlers reads that ball, redirects it onto the net, puts it into the back of the net, really from the center of the field. A really nice placed, powerful shot, and that puts Bowling Green up by 2.
And now with a 2-goal lead, you have to wonder if Marist is kind of working on borrowed time here as Tones gets the first stop, but Kringlers to keep this ball in the zone. Cypher off the wall. Tones on the redirect out wide towards the Bowling Green far corner. Cypher chips that one up off the wall. Z-Ball, waterfall down in front, but it's not on net. It is denied by Kringlers. Cypher has to backtrack, and Marist is out of time. The pinch will let this ball, or let the clock expire, and Marist will fall here. It's Bowling Green with the upset.
Yeah, and that's just a great game from Bowling Green, a great set from Bowling Green, but really hats off to Marist too, because that was a really even set all the way through. Really, both teams played to their strengths very well. Unfortunately for Marist, Bowling Green just did it a little bit better when it counted the most, and they'll take this series.
14-7 in shots. Final score of that last game, 4-2, and a 3-1